Alright, Shalom. Before I start, let me give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem. Rakah Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk with him, learning, teaching, truth, and sincerity. Alright, this is going to be another video. You know, something I like to, I think I get it now, but something I like to look at and focus on. You know, some brothers is history buffs, some brothers is, scripture heads, some brothers is, everybody has their specialty. I like looking at the psychology of how Esau Edom has affected our people. I like looking at the minds and the ideas behind all this BS. And I just found this clip, it says if slaves had beef. And what you have here, this Jake, this Israelite, who he sees comedy as his way out of the ghetto, as his way out of the hood, as his way to rise to the next level, even to the point to where he's willing to make mockery, sheer, obscene mockery of the sufferings of his own people, and Jake like this is going to be absolutely destroyed because the grass is not greener on the other side. These devils are going to remind our people who they are, they're not, they're down there protesting against themselves right now, but all that hatred that's being directed at themselves, Esau Edom, they're going to turn around and aim it at who they're truly angry at, which is you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright, so I'm gonna let this clip play. And this shit, y'all, I didn't find this shit not an ounce of funny. I don't know if maybe when, I'm not gonna say you wicked if you laugh at this, but this wasn't not an ounce of funny to me, not in the slightest. And I left a comment on this one. That shit was bullshit.
Man, I'm tired of this, man. Man, it's hot as hell out here. I don't think I can do this today. Hey, you don't got that much longer to go. Don't you only pick like 2 pounds of cotton a day? Wow. I know you're not talking, Mr. Nobody want to buy me because I got 7 toes. All right? I still run away better than you. Oh, okay. How many days was I going last time I ran away? 5. So what? What about you? Mr. 2-day escape. Oh. What are you talking about? 2-day escape. Okay, that's why I breed better kids than you. Master said I got the strongest kids on the plantation.
And you know what, y'all, I'm sorry, but this is not funny, y'all. This is not funny. This is not funny at all. And you see this, as they say, and I might actually get to one of the comments, but Jake right here shooting the dozens on each other, scoring on each other, flaming on each other. This should go back to slavery. Really, we've been doing it since the ancient world, but here in America and throughout the world now, this tradition of mocking each other, making fun of each other, light skin versus dark skin, this is a horrible tradition that our people have that was heavily propagated in slavery. All right, let me let it go.
Youngest son get hung last week. Oh, snap. He a wuss for dying.
Let me take it back. That's not even funny.
2-day escape. Okay, that's why I breed better kids than you. Master said I got the strongest kids on the plantation. Didn't your youngest son get hung last week? Oh, snap. He a wuss for dying in 10 seconds. My son would have lasted 20. All right, guys, let's calm down. At least Master ain't clapping my wife every night. Why you think she a house slave, huh? Why you think that? Every night, that's all I hear. She has a bad back. Yeah, that's because Master blew her back out, Thomas. What do you think? Hey! Cut out all that yabbering.
Y'all, not funny. This is not funny, y'all. This is not funny. Not at the. He said, "Oh, didn't your son get hung last week? Oh, that's why I breed better children than you. Oh, that's why Master love me more. Ain't Master fucking your wife?" That is not funny, y'all. That is not in the slightest. This is not in the slightest fun. That's why I just left a dislike on this shit. But isn't that amazing that a video like this gets 12,000 likes compared to such a low number of dislikes? But when our videos get taken off the internet, why? Because this is what Esau Edom loves to promote. He wants us to keep doing this. I'm willing to bet you it's a majority of Edomites that put a like. All right, let's look at one of the comments. The first one. It says they took the chains off our feet and put them on our mind. And that's damn right. Hey, this disgusting. This was if we was to take this clip, go on a time machine and give this to one of your ancestors, they'd look for this nigga. They'd have ran this nigga down. There's one comment in particular that I saw that I wanted to point out. This is not funny, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all, but there was one. This dude, parentheses, didn't your son get hung last week? He was a wuss for dying in 10 seconds. My son would have died in 20 seconds. He said, dude, what the F is this? Question mark. Yeah. Yeah, this is not good, y'all. This ain't good. I'm gonna see if I can find that one comment. But man, this is not funny. This is not funny, y'all. Oh, you know what? I know what comment I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. Right here, y'all. This is from this article called "The Baltimore Sun." We're gonna jump down. All right. This highlighted portion is what I'm gonna be reading out of. It says Ossie Guffey in her 1971 autobiography. So this custom that our people have of roasting each other, this is what some of it goes back to. All right, it says he told her that the slaves played the dozens, but that it wasn't for fun. All right, if you've heard the term playing the dozens, where you basically talking shit on each other, come 12 different things talking smack on each other. It says they was playing to teach themselves and their sons how to stay alive, she wrote, quoting her grandfather. The whole idea was to learn to take whatever the master said to you without answering back or hitting him, because that was the way a slave had to be, so he could go on living. It maybe was a bad game, but it was necessary. It ain't necessary now. However, as a ritualized verbal contest, the dozens, also known as mama talkie, jonin, capping, woofing, or signifying, is part of the rich African oral tradition in which tribal history was passed along. So this shit goes back to us being slaves. This isn't something to be happy or making light of. We was doing this to each other to get each other ready for the fact that hey, look, man, Jake, that ain't nothing good to glorify in, capping on each other, joning, roasting. I remember they say that in Maryland, joning. Down south we say roasting. All right, up here, this different is different. Every brother got their own word for it. All right, I've heard scoring, all types of stuff. Just not. That's just not good. You could simply go to Google, look up. All I did was type in. Damn it. All I did was type in the origins of playing the dozens. And that came up. All right, so let's get some scriptures, y'all. Hey, that's not gonna go over good. Hey, perfect. It's simple, but it goes straight to it. Jeremiah 2:33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked one thy ways. And this was a classic case and example of Jeremiah 2:33. Our people being coons. Our people doing what Esau likes to see so they can receive some sort of benefit and reward. All right, and this is all going to come to a stop here soon. This devil is about to come down and stop that, because Jake wants to keep getting the idea that is the way to get the hell up out of here, and it sure is not. All right, them wolves is going to remind you that they're fucking wolves. They're going to remind you that they're the daggone devil, and they're going to remind you in a very horrific way. All right, you got dudes like General Yohana. Hey, what's the benefit of lying to your people and taking a bag, for E? E's gonna turn his back on you anyway. All right, hey, let me see this. All your lovers, they're gonna turn their back. Esau Edom is gonna, these heathens that our people are betraying Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai for, they're going to turn their back on you. So what's the point? What's the point of being a sellout? As being a sellout never goes well. All right, Jeremiah 4:30. It says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? So when all this shit comes back to you, what you going to do, Jacob? Niggas like that. What benefit do you think you really going to get? Do you think we going to hold you up in the so-called black community? You're going to be seen as a saint on some MLK type shit? You got to the comedy hype level, Man, come on, dog. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, dog. It says, though thou clotheth thyself with crimson, though thou decketh thee with the ornaments of gold. So these heathen, in the ancient land, when we were turning to idolatry, we were living it up with them, getting gifts, getting to go places. And that's what you see in today's society. You go and be a sellout, a coon. You get into Hollywood, get to go fuck on you these celebrities, go get you some Kim K in your life or some Scarlett Johansson. You get to use all these beat, abused Hollywood body lotties. It says, though thou rentest thy face with painting, so you're changing yourself, you're becoming a different person to receive all those goodies. It says, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. All right, Damn straight, and that's what we're coming to. And you Israelites is gonna realize that at one point or time and another. You want to do all this? You want to be a coon? You want to get up here? Wasn't your wife getting? Wasn't your wife blowing up your? Wasn't your wife with Mac? Man, that's not funny, dude. You know how many of our ancestors actually got raped by this man? You know how many of our ancestors actually got hung? You know how many? I did the video yesterday. You know how many Jake went to the grave in trauma, all right, and their families had to carry on as a witness of that trauma for the rest of their life until they died. The last thing they saw of their son was their fucking son's neck snap on a rope, and then they saw that hanging fruit. If slaves had beef, this is not in the slightest funny. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. But they won't take this off of YouTube. You know, that shit blasphemy as far as I'm concerned. You know, that's blasphemy. Hey, shit, ain't that's blasphemy. Shit, now let's do this. All right, because being a sellout, being a coon doesn't have any good end in the end. Being a sellout and a coon, let's do this. Being a sellout, it always has no good ending to it. Now this is dealing with Jason, an Israelite, all right, but he sold out to the Greeks. He killed many of his own people, and I believe he was responsible for the death of Onias, which was a holy high priest, an upright man, an Israelite, all right. This man Jason was responsible for betraying many of his people, getting many of his people killed, and converting many of his people into living a heathenistic lifestyle, counterintuitive to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, 2 Maccabees 5 and 6. It says, but Jason slew his own citizens without mercy, not considering that to get the day of them, of his own nation, would be a most unhappy day for him, but thinking they had been his enemies and not his countrymen, whom he conquered. So, hey, in similar fashion, this is not going to be a good day for this dude. When this man's life is required, this is going to be one of the reasons why. All right, I hope, hey, when this man goes to the spiritual realm and it's told to him why his life was taken, this video is going to come up to him. And he ain't gonna do nothing but shake his daggone head, y'all. He ain't gonna be able to do nothing but shake his head, because he gonna know he did wrong. Alright. Verse 7 says, howbeit, for all this he obtained not the principality. It says, but at last received shame for the reward of his treason, and fled again into the country of the Ammonites. So he had to get up out of there. Let me see. Yep, so he had to flee from his own land. Says, in the end thereof he had an unhappy return, being accused before Aretas, king of the Arabians, fleeing from city to city, pursuit of all men, hated as a forsaker of the laws, and being had an abomination as an open enemy of his country and countrymen, he was cast out into Egypt. So everyone knew that he wasn't about nothing. This man turned and betrayed his own people, so you ain't finna come hang out with us. And that's for all you sellout Jake. Even though, hey, no one respects what is that, Benedict Arnold. All right, no one respects a person who's willing to betray their own kind. Never. All right, you'll never be down with anyone. Verse 9, it says, thus he that had driven many out of their country perished in a strange land, retiring to Lacedaemonians, all right, the Spartans, which are Israelites. You know, they was under the Greekish fashion, so they didn't really hold to the laws all the way. You know, if they did, they would have killed them. You know, so they let them refuge there. It says, in thinking there to find succor by reason of his kindred. Yep, so hey, dealing with the fact that they're Israelites. You know, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go to them. You know, they're Israelites, but they follow some of the Greekish fashion. I'm going to go chill with them. And what happened? It says, and he that had cast out many unburied had none to mourn for him, nor any solemn funerals at all, nor sepulture with his fathers. All right, so eventually he died, you know, in a strange land, you know, being known as a fucking sellout betrayer of his countrymen. And this right here, y'all, disgusting. You know, I don't even want to play it again. Usually I'll play clips again at the end. I'm not playing this shit again. You know, absolute garbage, absolute trash. You know, why trimmest thou away for love? You know, envy not the oppressor. Why? This is not the way, y'all, at all. And these are the only avenues you have in this world to be successful. So this should go to show you that people who are successful here, who are at the top, they had to do some sort of form of soul selling, some sort of form of forsaking their own nationality and their people and their beliefs, their law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to get to that top seat. All right. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakorash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings. And salutations to all the elect Akim, Wakwatim, learning, teaching truth and sincerity, and I'm going to say Shalom.